History isn't dead. It breathes through names we still speak, leaders, warriors, and legends whose choices shape the world beneath our feet. Some ruled with wisdom, others with fear. All of them unforgettable. Today we're counting down the top 5 icons of ancient history. Not the myths, not the sanitized versions, the real ones. Flawed, brilliant, and ruthless.
Oh, and most of them died horribly. But hey, that's ancient history for you.
Stick around if you want more, and comment below if you think someone deserves to be on the list.
Suggest wisely. We check the comments, and I know curses. And don't forget to subscribe, unless you enjoy being haunted by historically accurate nightmares.
Number 5. Alexander the Great. Born in 356 BCE in Macedonia, Alexander was raised to believe the world belonged to him. His father, King Philip II, built a military machine. His mother, Olympias, whispered that he was the descendant from Achilles. And Aristotle, yes, that Aristotle, taught him philosophy, politics, and war. At age 12, he tamed a wild horse no one else could ride, Bucephalus. He loved that horse, and they rode into history together. By 20, Alexander was king. By 22, he crossed into Asia to conquer Persia. In 10 years, he never lost a battle. He crushed Darius III at Issus in 333 BCE, claimed Egypt in 332 BCE, and founded Alexandria, one of at least 20 cities he named after himself.
Yeah. Get to the good stuff. We want to know who he was sleeping with.
Settle down, MOLI, or I'll send you to a coliseum.
This professor's such a jerk. I can't believe the book chose him.
He married Roxana in 327 BCE, a noblewoman from Bactria. But his heart belonged to someone else. Hephaestion, his general, his closest friend, and maybe more.
What are you doing, Professor? Making smut? This is supposed to be history.
Can you settle down, Mole, and please let me finish the story?
Professor.
By 326 BCE, he reached the Indus River and defeated King Porus, but his men refused to go further. They were exhausted, and so was he. In 324 BCE, Hephaestion died. Alexander broke. He held a funeral fit for a god. He stopped eating. He stopped planning. He stopped commanding, stopped writing, started drinking like a man trying to black out the sun.
Where'd this quack put me now? Better find out. The joke's on you, Professor. Look what I found. Yeah.
Seriously, Mole? Then came Babylon. Roxana, his wife, was pregnant. She stood in the shadows of a golden throne room, watching a man unravel, a man who had everything except peace. The next year, in Babylon, the conqueror collapsed. A fever took him. No blood, no blade, just silence. Some blamed poison. Others knew better. The man who outran empires couldn't outrun his own grief. And the fire that built a world burned out. Number 4. Cleopatra. Cleopatra VII was not Egyptian by blood. She was Macedonian Greek. But by the time she took the throne at just 18, she had mastered the art of becoming Egyptian itself. She spoke over a half a dozen languages, studied philosophy, astronomy, and medicine. She was the only Ptolemaic ruler to speak fluent Egyptian because she didn't just want to rule the land, she wanted to be its living symbol.
Good job, Professor. I haven't been in a pyramid in so long. Thanks. I'll be back. You smell like crap.
Hey, where did MOLI go? Her kingdom was crumbling. Famine, rebellion, Roman debt. So Cleopatra made a decision. She would align herself with the most powerful man in the world, Julius Caesar. She smuggled herself through the streets of Alexandria, wrapped in a carpet. When it unfurled at Caesar's feet, history changed.
Good thing I gave that mummy the slip. That Hershey squirt had nothing on me. I just need to find out what the professor's doing and how his magical powers work.
9 months later, she gave Caesar a son, but Rome had no throne for queens. After his assassination, Cleopatra turned to Mark Antony. Their bond was equal parts passion and power. She lured him into the floating palace on the Nile. perfume sails, divine robes, and the aura of a goddess named Isis.
I smell smut again happening. That's okay. Hey, what's this? It's an image of me and the professor. What's it doing out here? Holy moly, look at the size of that nose. He's gonna get a kick out of this.
Cleopatra and Antony weren't just lovers. They cast themselves as gods. She became Isis, he played Dionysus. But Rome doesn't fear myths. Octavian declared war at Actium. Their fleets burned and their empire sank with them.
Ah! What the heck is this serpent doing here? I think I figured it out. When he reads the book, it tells the story, and then poof, it sends me here just like that. What an idiot.
Their empire sank at Actium. Rome was closing in. So in Alexandria, they made one last choice together. Not captured, not caged. A sword for Antony, a serpent for Cleopatra. One final act of power, not surrender.
Ah, I'm back, Professor.
Number 3, Nero. Nero ruled Rome around 64 AD. A pampered teenager handed an empire he barely understood. Instead of leading, he basked in luxury. He preferred singing before crowds, convinced he was a true artist, not an emperor. When he wasn't performing, he raced chariots with wild exuberance, chasing thrills. Then came the Great Fire. As Rome burned, Nero played on. Whether myth or truth, his name was scorched in history.
Professor, I figured it out. You and me are in some ancient prophecy. You had the biggest nose and what the hell? Just as I suspected, he put me in the middle of Nero's bonfire party.
Did Nero start the fire? Historians debated. Some say he wasn't even in Rome when it began. But when he returned, he staged an opera and sang about flames while survivors starved in the street. Then he blamed the Christians, burning them alive as human torches.
Great, now I'm on fire. Shouldn't have talked about his stupid nose.
Hey, MOLI, wait, what'd you say?
Maybe there's a book in Alexandria's library.
And yet, Nero was obsessed with beauty. His rule was spiraling into murder. His mother, Agrippina, his wife, Octavia, and countless rivals. In 68 AD, his enemies finally rose against him. Facing capture, Nero fled the city. His last words before driving a dagger into his throat. What an artist dies in me.
I made it, and now all I have to do is find the book about time travel.
Number 2, Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar was born in 100 BC in Rome into an old but fading noble family. He was destined for greatness. In his youth, he was captured by pirates in the Mediterranean Sea. Caesar laughed in their faces. After his family paid the ransom, he came back with the soldiers and had those pirates crucified.
I found it. I found the book of time travel. What?
He built his name on the battlefield, conquering Gaul and earning the loyalty of his legions. His victories made him a hero to the people and a threat to the Senate. In 49 BC, he defied their orders, marched his army across the Rubicon River, and seized Rome.
Well, there's even a prophecy here. Let's see. A mole who digs, a voice who speaks, shall mend the cracks where history leaks.
As ruler, Caesar lived in excess, lavish feasts, endless wine. He grew older, softer, even a little bloated, but untouchable. The Senate feared he would crown himself king.
Hey, wait, what did I find here? It's a golden beetle. Wow.
On March 15th, 44 BC, the Ides of March, he entered the Senate unguarded, surrounded by men he trusted. Caesar was stabbed 23 times. His death didn't save the Republic, it ended it. Caesar died immortal, but his name became immortal. Number 1, Hypatia. Alexandria, 355 CE, a city of scholars and firebrands. Here lived Hypatia, mathematician, philosopher, and to her enemies, a witch. The daughter of a scholar Theon, she mastered mathematics and astronomy. taught a crowd of men, and walked the streets in robes of a philosopher, unafraid to outshine them all.
I figured out why I wasn't warped to some other place, but how in the world do I get back?
But Alexandria was boiling, Christianity surged, temples closed, and Bishop Cyril saw her as a threat. Rumors spread Hypatia bewitched the governor, cast spells in the stars. Proof, they claim, she defied God.
Wow, these Bible beaters are just filled with love and sunshine, aren't they?
Molly, you're back.
That's right.
But what happened?
It's a long story, Professor, but all you have to do is finish the chapter, and that's it.
March 415, she ran just for a moment before the mob closed in. Cornered her near the Caesarium. No trial, no mercy. They stripped her, pottery shards raised like knives. They flailed her alive. They burned her remains. Her images hung in smoke. They turned to ash, gone like she was never there at all.
Thank you all so much for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe.
Ken was in such misery, battling his demons with bravery. Holy Moly History, trying to unlock the mystery. He touches a book with bravery, a mole pops out with mockery. Holy Moly History, what in the world is this sorcery? Holy Moly History, is this wizardry? Ken would hit such misery, battling his demons with bravery. Holy Moly History, trying to unlock the mystery. He touches a book with bravery, with mockery. Holy Moly History, what in the world is this sorcery?